Yeah, I'm just here at the truck stop. The truck stop has Arby's. I used to like Arby's before I started trucking, and the Arby's that's inside most of the truck stops turn me off from Arby's. They too hit and miss. Sometimes the food is good, but a lot of times it's not. The first day I got here, I tried this Arby's and it was disgusting. So I said nope. It's a Jack in the Box to my left in walking distance. There's a Dunkin' Donuts across the street. There's a TA across the street. There's a McDonald's, and all this is in walking distance. It's a Burger King. It's a pretty good walk to the Burger King. I don't like Burger King that much to eat that, but I did go to it's a Walmart. I believe it was 8 miles away. I called an Uber to Walmart, so I bought me some groceries, so I'm good. I got food, so man, this little piece right here is bothering me. I'm about to clip that hair. It keeps digging in inside of my mouth. So I do have food. Both of my Uber drivers were cool. Shout out to both of them. One of them was a former trucker. I didn't even ask what company he worked for. The other one, his son-in-law is a trucker. So they understood. And the Walmart I went to, they was like, yeah, man, it's good that you didn't drive your truck over here, because they give out tickets or citations or whatever. But when I looked online, I looked to see if truckers could park over there. I didn't see anything online, so I called up there and they said no, they don't allow trucks, whether you bobtail or if you have a trailer. But then when I got over there, I saw why. It wasn't a neighborhood Walmart, but it was small. It wasn't like your typical huge Walmart. Very small Walmart, small parking lot, so I can understand. But what I've been noticing lately, not the ones in Arkansas, because I guess that's, Walmart originate from Arkansas. But outside of Arkansas, I've been noticing the Walmarts are putting up, like if you go to a parking garage or even a drive-through, they're at all of the entrances and exits, they're putting up the height restrictor, so where trucks can't get in, whether you have a bobtail or not. They're putting them right at, I think, 10 or 11 feet. Most of our trucks are 13.6 or whatever. Even my truck, I have the I was about to say flat top. I have the mid roof. That's the proper name for it. I don't even think mine could fit, possibly if I inch up to it and dump the air out of the airbags. I probably could go underneath it, but it's not that serious. I just I usually catch an Uber, or I'll wait till I go on my home time and I buy my groceries, and then that's how I load the stock up my truck. So I'm not too sure how strict this place is as far as because I didn't get to show you guys them loading the truck, but I want to show you them unloading if I can. If I can show them unloading this truck, I will. If I can't, then you just gotta bear with me, and I'll try to take care of y'all again on the next one. But so far, I'm loving Flatbed. I love that I'm doing something different. Now, when I do lumber loads, I go to different lumber places, but that's usually the same as far as the securement. But the other stuff that I haul, I like the challenge of trying to figure out how to secure it. I like that. I like that. That's cool. That's what's fun about it. I have a love-hate relationship with the tarps because they're heavy. I believe they weigh 100 pounds. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people say, no, they weigh 80 pounds. No, they weigh 90. To me, they weigh 100. I feel like I'm lifting up a whole person every time I have to touch one of them. Or on some loads, I have to touch all 3 of them. Sometimes I have help, meaning a forklift driver. If you have them rolled up, you put them on his forks or her forks, they'll lift them up, put them on the load for you, but you still have to get up there, unroll them, and let them fall, and then you have to cover up the freight. And then you'll have someone help you put them up, then you have to pull them off by yourself, unless that place has a tarp machine, and if they have a tarp machine, if it's actually working, or tarp machine, tarp station. I do like those when they're working. But if they're not working, and if you don't have a forklift person that's willing to put them up there for you, you have to just use your own strength, and you have to put up there yourself. That's the only thing I don't like. But I've lost a ton of weight messing with those tarps, because it's a full body workout when you're dealing with the tarps. Because you're trying to put the tarps up there, you're trying to make sure it's even, you're trying to hold your balance to make sure you don't fall off of the top of the truck or the load. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But I like it. I like it. I've been in extreme heat. I've been in rain. I've been rained on. Y'all seen that. I've been in semi-high winds, not super high winds, but I've been in windy conditions. I got a slight taste when I was in Minnesota and Wisconsin of a little winter. My straps were frozen. So I learned that when your straps get wet and they freeze up, all you can do is use your winch bar and tap them, try to break up the ice. It's no folding them because they're rock hard. So what I wound up doing is I had to basically ball them up and just stuff them underneath my truck and wait for them to thaw out. And yes, if they thaw out underneath your truck, it's gonna be an unpleasant smell. So luckily I keep Lysol. Once the water came off of those straps and it smelled foul, I took them out of the truck. It was 12 straps I had. I lined them all up on the trailer. I was able to roll them up, and I just sprayed my Lysol spray underneath, let it sit a little bit, and then I just wiped it up with a paper towel and got all up the dirty water or whatever. But that was my first time experiencing my straps freezing. And on that particular load assignment, I did not have to tarp, because then my tarps would have been frozen as well. And that would have been a challenge, because there's no way I could have rolled them up. I just would have to fold them as is and strap them down with one of my straps that wasn't frozen or wet. So we're rolling into the winter months now. I'm not sure when this video is gonna come out. It's currently November the 10th as I'm recording this. I'm not sure when this video is gonna come out. I never shoot the videos the same day. I don't have the energy or the content to shoot them the same day and to be able to edit it and push them out to you guys. So usually, plus I wanted to wait until I got my groove down before I really start recording. And on my videos, I'm not telling you this is how to do it, this is the right way or anything. I'm just showing how my journey and showing myself putting my securement up. So to the flatbed experts and veterans, I'm not against or above criticism. If you see something that I'm not doing right, let me know. I'm not telling people, hey, this is how you're supposed to do it. Only thing I say is, you know, if you work at Melton or any company that you work for, if you're not an owner operator, I always say my company requires me to do these two in the front and at the rear of the load, alternating pull the first 5 feet of the load and then the last, and that's it. Everything else, that's on me. Now the company wants us to put some securement every 5 feet, but on some of the loads you can, some of them you can't. It's just a case-by-case basis. On lumber loads, yes, if it's loaded, you know, nice and flat, yeah, you can do it every 5 feet. If it's stacked all weird, you got to get creative. Otherwise, you know, you can throw the strap up there, but it's not really securing anything. So, and then I've seen people put edge protectors on lumber, and I see people that don't put edge protectors on lumber. So I don't know. I don't judge people. I just see what I see. I guess until someone tells me not to, I typically put edge protectors on my lumber loads and on my steel loads, because in my mind, I've always thought I would secure steel with my chains, but it'll tell you, well, they will tell you, and the notes will say strap. they don't want the chains on it. I don't know if they fear that we being the driver, we're not going to secure it correctly, and the chains or the binder may pop and the freight comes loose. And I guess it's a lot cheaper to replace a strap versus the chain. I don't know. I just always thought you secure steel with steel. At least that's what I thought, and that's what I saw on the internet, on YouTube and Instagram. So I just thought that's how it's supposed to go. But pretty much every steel, like even with these, you saw I had it strapped. I have enough chains, but I was told not to chain, but strap. So I have to follow. I'm a company driver. I gotta follow the company's rules. Once I become an owner operator and I'm doing it for myself, then of course, as long as it's legal, I will do it how I want to do it. But until then, I have to follow the rules and do it how the company says. So don't be beating me up saying I'm doing it wrong and all this and that. I'm just following what I was told to do. Follow my notes. If my notes say strap and tarp, best believe the loader is going to be strapped and tarped. And I'm either going to use my homemade V-boards that y'all saw me make, or I'm going to use other V-boards. It all depends on the place I'm at. If they want me to use, if they let me get on top of the trailer, which is crazy if they let me get on top, because when you're on their property, they have all the power. Some places will let you get on top of your trailer, even though it's your trailer, this is Milton's trailer. Other places won't, and I get it. I guess they're super strict, and I guess they don't want to be liable if you fall. That's why they won't let you get up there, and they think you might damage the freight or whatever. Other places, they'll let you get up there, and usually with those places, that's when I know, okay, I can use my homemade. I like the V-boards that I made back at Tulsa. It covers more ground. I don't have that many of them because I felt like I was I won't say I didn't feel like I was stealing the wood, but I'm like, man, somebody else is gonna need to come here and make some V-boards. I made a lot of V-boards, which y'all saw. And then I just didn't have the space either. I think I made 24 originally, and I just didn't have the space to store them. So I had to wind up leaving some at Tulsa, which was a help to whoever needed some. And I brought all the ones that I could carry. Yep, so so far I'm liking it. I am 5 months in right now, as of now. Am I 5 months in? No, I'm 4 months in. 4 months in, yeah. Because I started back in, when did I start? Yeah, I started back in July. Yeah. So what's that? August, September, October, November. Oh yeah, I'm 4 months in. I'm 4 months in. Like I said, I'm not sure when I'm gonna release the video. Cause I started thinking to do the vlogging, it's like a full-time job, and then this job is hard enough because I'm still learning. I'm like, man, I'd be so tired. And I hadn't ran into all the Melton YouTubers, but I ran into 2 of them. I ran into the GOAT, at least I call him the GOAT. I ran into Chris. I'm pretty sure y'all seen his channel, and I'll make sure I'm keep in contact with him. He told me I could. I ran into Chase Flight. I'm not sure if y'all seen his channel, and I'm gonna put all of their channel information in here. So I ran into him too, but the actually first person I ever saw with Melton, and I just watched his video, all of his videos, was Rolling with Red. And I've yet to meet him yet, but I think they keep him, because he's from California, so I think they keep him on the West Coast. So I just hadn't seen him. I hadn't been out to California yet. I've been out west, but I was in like y'all saw, I was in Washington, I was in Oregon, I was in Wyoming, and I was in Montana, and I went through Denver, but I didn't go Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, and California. I hadn't been to those states. I didn't go to those states with Prime either. So I just hadn't been out there to meet him either at a shipper, receiver, or at a truck stop. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting Reg. He's a cool young dude. But I met Chase at the terminal at Tulsa, and we were both going there about to take a shower, and I looked, I was like, damn, it looked like Chase, but he hadn't dropped a video in a minute, so I didn't know if that was really him. And he's doing, I don't know if he's still doing at the time I released his video, he's doing a juicing cleanse, so he lost a ton of weight. So I didn't really know if it was him. So I just had asked him, I said, hey man, this might sound weird, but I said, do you have a YouTube channel? And then he said yes, and we just hit it off from there. So that's how I met Chase Flight. Like, make sure y'all go check out his channel. Then when I met Chris, I actually met him I was down in Laredo, and I was like starstruck because I watched a lot of his videos too. And the first video of his I actually watched, he was answering questions. I guess people ask him, why does he always wear the orange shirt? Because he's either wearing that orange shirt or his green Melton shirt. And I see why he does it. Since I've been doing this, I see why. Because we get drenched, and it's like, it's no point to try to look cute or cool out here, because whatever you're wearing, especially depending on if you're going to a work site or if it's muddy or if it's dusty or whatever, it's going to get drenched in sweat and whatever else is around. So like when I'm wearing this shirt, it's usually on a day where I'm sitting still. I'm not gonna wear my nice shirt out here to mess with these dirty tarps, them straps, them chains, none of that. No, I'm gonna wear my work shirt. I'm gonna wear my work shirt, and I like to wear the shirt over the vest. It just gives me more room to move, and it's dry fit, doesn't really hold or show sweat, and it's breathable. So I invested in those work shirts over the vest. And yeah, I see why Chris wears them. Half the places we go to, they want us to wear them anyway, so it's no getting around it. And I just got tired of like, I don't mind wearing this. Like if I'm wearing something big and bulky, I'll put this on. But then again, this comes with its own challenge too. Anytime somebody sees you in this, even though most of the place you go to, they say you have to have on a high-vis vest, jeans, and a steel-toe boots and your hard hat, they assume you don't know what the hell you're doing. They want to come over and give you help, whether you want it or not. And they just assume the worst of you just because you following the directions of the shipper and the receiver. When you wear the shirt, they don't know. They don't know that I only got 4 months of this. They don't know. They don't bother me when I'm wearing the shirt. When I'm wearing the vest, they're like, hey, Rook, hey, man, you need some help? And I try to be respectful, and I'm like, yeah, because if they offering, sometimes that mean they generally want to help. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna turn down no help. And I help out other people too. I helped out Western Express several times. I helped out one Maverick person. I helped out several TMC guys. Talked to 2 TMC guys picking up this load. I was like, say, man, I ain't trying to front y'all out or nothing like that, but how did y'all get hired on? Y'all hair is longer than mine, and I thought TMC you had to have a military cut. And they were basically said, yeah, they said their locks were longer. They were down here and they cut them. I was like, oh, I said, yeah, that's one thing I wasn't going to do. I was not going to cut my hair for the job. The job has to accept me for who I am, which makes sense now to why I never seen any women. At least I hadn't seen any female TMC drivers. I'm not saying that there's none out there. I just hadn't seen any because of the hair policy. I've seen Melton, obviously Melton doesn't have it, but every company has the right in their preference to say, you know, what they want their employees to look like. So I didn't get offended by it. I could have, but I didn't. I'm like, well, that's just not the place for me. But I'm glad those two young guys, they were one of them, I think he was in his 30s. The other one was like 26, 27, 28. That was cool that they both were working. And even though they cut their locks were still longer than mine. But that was cool to see them working at TMC. And they were picking up, one of them is, he parked next to me over here. We pretty much just convoyed up here. So we going to the same place. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, I don't mind talking to anybody, taking advice, helping out, none of that. A lot of stuff I do off camera because it's a good thing to do, and I don't have to record me doing no good deeds, nothing like that. Like when I because I try to get people's permission, especially if I got the camera right up on them. I really want to have their permission to make sure that they're cool with me, you know, putting them on YouTube or whatever. So a lot of stuff I do when I was helping the Western Express guys fold up their tarps and stuff like that, my first thought wasn't, hey man, you mind if I record this? It was just, saw a dude look like he was new, and I'm still basically new, and out of respect, I said, hey man, do you want any help? Are you good? And he's like, oh yeah, I'll take some help. And I'm like, all right, cool. It don't matter that we at different companies. At the end of the day, you know, we human beings, and we just trying to help each other, or we should be able to help each other out. And that's when I found out Western Express tarps just as heavy as Melton's. I'm like, damn, this tarp is heavy. I think they tarps are heavier than Melton's, because I know ours are 8-foot drops. That tarp was heavy as hell. That Western Express, that their tarp was white and black. It was heavy, but we got it folded up. Yeah. So after I dropped this load off, again, that's the kind of the joys of being OTR versus doing dedicated or dedicated regional. I go wherever. Good morning, everybody. So, thank you. I'm still at the truck stop. I'm actually leaving McDonald's. I'm in the city of Troy. So, fun fact, if you come to Troy, if you're not able to park over there at the TA or over here, and that's the water, or over at the Pilot where I'm parked at, I just walked over here. McDonald's has truck parking. It's free, but you know, like anything, my fellow truck drivers, don't abuse this and make it to where they won't let us park over here. And you asking, how do you make it to where you can't? And I'm over here at the Pilot, you know, by leaving pee bottles. If you have a animal, not clean up after your animal, or if you use a restroom inside a bag and leaving it, don't do that. It's a trash can literally right here by the DQ. But all this is free truck parking. They don't require you to come in and buy nothing. Like I said, it's a TA literally over there. I'm here at the Pilot. I'm parked on this back row. It feels good today. It's Monday. Today is Veterans Day as I'm recording this. The place I'm delivering to is closed, so I've already reset. I'll be there bright early at 8 a.m. in the morning. And when I saw McDonald's in walking distance, I said, I'm gonna walk over to McDonald's. I went over to TA. They have a Dunkin' Donuts, but it's very busy over there. It's very busy trying to cross that, because that's actually a highway. It looks like a street, but it's a highway. And I almost got ran over yesterday. So I said, I'm just gonna stay on this side of the street. I ate Jack in the Box tacos yesterday for lunch and for dinner. And I said, today I'm gonna eat McDonald's. So that's what I'm doing. Got my caramel frap. I have a sausage biscuit and a hash brown. And I know my wife hates it. I have grape jelly. So that's what we're doing today. Just another day inside the truck. I've already done my laundry. Washed my clothes, washed my my bedding. So I don't have nothing to do. I already cleaned my truck. At least the inside. The outside needs to be clean. So once I find a blue beacon, I will get that clean. But I'm just gonna watch YouTube and watch Netflix and stuff today. That's it. Alrighty. What's going on, world?
Destination in 1/4 of a mile.
Now, my Ram McNally, Milton, Google, and Apple, I thought they all were lead me to nowhere, because it's literally fields of nothingness out here. Now I see my other Milton brother way up here. Let me see if I can zoom in. And now I see why. This is gonna be a tough one. We're at somebody's property delivering our load, and man, this is gonna be a doozy. But I'm gonna get it in there. He got it in there, he back in there, and I'm going back in too. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Woo-wee. So everybody, I definitely won't be able to show this one just because it's a family business, and I don't want, putting their home and stuff on YouTube. So all I'm gonna wind up doing is, taking off the straps. I believe, because I spoke with one of the sons. The other son was directing the other Milton guy that got here before me back in. So they have a nice big property. Their home is nice, and because it's family owned, they only have the big driveway. Well, it's not really that big. He told me it's not big. He said it's about 8 feet. And he said him and his brother, like they did for the other driver, when I showed you that clip, because I was like, I'm assuming where I see the other Milton guy backing into the woods, that's where I'll be going. So yeah, I'm coming to their home, and he's still trying to get back there. So this is going to be fun for me. So yeah, I'm not even going to show you the GoPro because it'll pick up their house. So I won't do that. Looks like they do have a porta potty out in case we had to use the restroom. They told me just park over here on the side of the road, which I did. Now this is kind of sketchy. I moved over as far as I could so I wouldn't be blocking traffic from traveling through, but they said it's not that many people that travel on here. So I put over much as I could without having the truck tilt over, and I'll show you that, it looks very sketchy because the truck is so heavy with all these pipes, this piping on here. So okay, he's finally in the back. I guess that's where I'll stop at too. Yeah, he had a hard time getting in here. I've never seen this driver before, but he is definitely, he's in there. So I made sure I moved up far enough so he'll have enough room to turn out, because we'll have to go back that way. But yeah, it's only enough room back there, he said, for one truck. And he said it's tight just to have the one truck back there. And I was like, hey, it's okay. I said, I understand. So I just pulled over here, letting y'all know what's going on. That I won't be able to show this because it's a private resident. Some good coffee. I'll just wait for them to get through with him. Then we'll get it in there. I already let my driver manager know what's going on, because I didn't want them to see that I'm here and why I'm just sitting here for so long, because I don't know how long it's going to take them to unload him. Then of course he has to get out. Then I have to pull back in there. Then they have to unload me. I have to take all my securement off, put my securement up. So it's going to take a while. The appointment was at 8. It's currently 8:10. I guess me and him both had the same appointment time, or maybe he just got here earlier. I don't know. He got here before me. And that's primarily, he got here before me because I had an idiot block me in the fuel aisle. I'm sorry about that. Not how typically where, you get your fuel and someone's parked in front of you. No, I got my fuel. I pulled up. I went inside to get my receipt. I come back out, and it's a company I never heard of. I didn't want to even record it. I didn't record it. Company I never heard of. He was just blocking me and this other guy we could not get out because he was horizontal, so we couldn't pull up. So I took a deep breath. I got out of my truck because I didn't know what was going on, because I just came from inside the building, and I'm like, damn, out of all the spots, why would he park right here blocking me and this other guy in? And I kindly knock, boom, 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 boom. And my intentions were to say, hey man, can you scoot up a little bit? You got me and this other guy blocked in. So I knock, nobody comes. I knock on the passenger side, I knock on the driver's side. I'm like, either he's in a dead sleep or he done went inside of the store. And I don't know who it is. And I'm not going to go in there and be like, hey, who got me blocked in? Because I didn't want to do that. So me and the other guy, we just sparked the conversation, talking about flatbedding. And then lo and behold, the guy comes out saying so sorry and gets back in his truck. And I'm like, dude, you held us up for like 10 minutes and all you're going to say is so sorry? Unacceptable. It's just stupidity. The reason I didn't get fuel the first day, I arrived in Illinois on Saturday, and I just thought, I'm gonna have to sit here. Now it makes sense why I couldn't find his place online and then, because it's somebody's house. I'm thinking it's a business. I tried, well, Melton, they really never provide a number, so usually I have to Google places to get numbers, and it's just to see if they have overnight parking or whatever. And of course this place wouldn't, because this is their home. But this is why I couldn't find nothing on them, because I'm thinking it's a residence, not that it's a family operated out of the home business. Anyway, I got sidetracked. So I didn't want to get fuel Saturday and then wound up burning through it all the way until Tuesday. So I was like, I'm only 30 minutes away. After I finished my pre-trip, which I did, I said, I'll just go to the fuel island and get me some fuel, then boom, take off to the receiver. So here we are. So once this is over with and I get my next assignment, if I get something today, I'll make sure I'll tap back in and check back in, let y'all know. All right, to the next one.